Good morning, dear students. In our previous session, we have started lesson number 5, that is temperature. In that, we have studied about important parallels. Okay, so here we studied about equator, Tropic of Cancer, Capricorn, Arctic Circle, Antarctic Circle. Okay, and we have studied that how in these regions how the sun rays are falling in these regions, whether they are perpendicular, whether they are slanting, whether they are extremely slanting. So what happens here near the equator, that region receives what? Perpendicular rays, whereas the region from equator towards the Tropic of Cancer, okay, from Tropic of Cancer and Capricorn, from that region, what is happening? That region receives slanting rays, whereas towards the poles, okay, towards the poles, from Arctic Circle towards the poles and Antarctic Circle towards the poles, what is happening here is that that region is receiving extremely slanting rays. Okay, what is happening? That region is receiving extremely slanting rays. Okay, moving ahead, we saw that in a region where there are where it is receiving perpendicular rays, that region actually occupies less area, whereas the region which is having slanting rays and extremely slanting rays, that occupies what? Larger area. Okay, now here in this example, we have studied that region A is experiencing perpendicular rays, region B is experiencing slanting rays, and region C is experiencing what? Extremely slanting rays, okay, on the earth. So because of that, this what happens? See children, as we know, sun rays falling on the earth are straight and parallel to each. Okay, they are what? They are straight and parallel to each other. So because of that, what happens? See, due to the spherical shape of the earth and the resultant curvature of the surface. Curvature means what? See, it is a degree to which an object is curved. So here earth, our earth is what? It is curved. Okay, it is curved. So what happens here is it is curved towards the poles. Okay, in that region. See here, I'll show you. Here, this region, it is forming a curve. Okay. So now what happens? Because of its spherical shape and curvature of the surface, they occupy a larger or lesser area. So this leads to what, children? This leads to unequal distribution of the heat received from the sun. Okay, see, all the regions on the earth's surface, they do not receive equal amount of heat. Okay, they do not receive equal amount of heat. Okay, there is what? There is unequal distribution of the heat received from the sun, resulting in decreasing temperature from equator towards the poles. Okay, so as we move from equator towards the poles, what we experience? We experience decreasing temperature. Temperature falls down in that region. Now, based on the distribution of temperature, we have studied that Earth can be divided into torrid, temperate, and frigid zones. Children, I have told you the meaning of torrid. Torrid, what? In that region, the temperature will be very hot or dry. Temperate zone means what? This region is going to experience not very hot and not very cold temperature. And frigid zone means this region will experience cold temperature. Okay, so now we studied about the factors which influence the distribution of temperature. Okay, we have studied various factors. We studied about various factors such as nearness to the sea, continentality, height above the mean sea level, and physical setup of a region. Okay, and also we studied about cloud cover, winds, vegetation cover, urbanization, industrialization. All these factors are what? They influence the climate of a particular region. Okay, now children, in today's session we are going to cover the remaining topics. Okay, we are going to study about the heating and cooling of land and water, and also further we are going to study about the climatic condition in the coastal areas and in the continental areas that we are going to study. So now, first of all, children, we are going to see one example. Okay, here we are going to observe what one experiment. Okay, in that what we are going to see, that there is what we are going to observe, the heating and cooling of land and water. What is the difference in the heating and cooling of land and water? So for this, children, what we are going to do, we are going to take a vessel, okay, or take we are going to take a pot, okay, of same size. See in this picture, in picture A and B, you can clearly see that in this picture A and B, you can see that the pot size is same. We have taken two pots, okay, and in that we are going to fill the equal amount of water, okay, same amount of water we are going to fill in both the pots, okay. Now what we are going to do, one pot we are going to keep in inside the house, and other we are going to keep outside, okay. So pot A, that girl is holding, that we are going to keep it inside, okay, inside the house, and pot B we are going to keep outside, okay. So now in the sunlight we are going to keep it, okay. So what we are going to do, and when we are going to keep it, see, we have to take observations, okay. We are going to consider three observations, children, over here. So when we are going to do, we are going to first we are going to check during the sunrise, in the afternoon, and during the sunset, okay, in the evening. So we are going to observe the temperature of the water during these three times, okay, during sunrise, afternoon, and during the sunset. Okay, so now what we are going to do, we have kept the pots outside, one inside and one outside in during the sunrise, okay. And we have what, see what is happening, children, over here, the pot which is inside the house, okay, the water in it is what it is right now, what it is going to be according to the room temperature. Its temperature will be what, according to the room temperature. Whatever the temperature is there inside the house, that will be that of the water, okay. And in case of what, see here what is happening, the pot which we have kept outside, slowly what will happen, the water is going to, its temperature will rise. Why? Because it is receiving sun rays, okay. Yes, it is receiving what, it is receiving the sun rays are falling on that water, and that region is going to experience, that water is going to experience heat, okay. So that is why its temperature will increase, okay. So now see, children, in the morning we know very well the temperature is what, it's not very hot, okay, it's not very hot, okay. But once in the afternoon, see, children, during the morning we can even walk barefoot outside, okay, without wearing your shoes, slippers and all, barefoot we can walk outside. Why? Because the land is what, the land is cool, okay, in the morning, okay, we won't feel heat, okay, we won't feel heat near our legs, okay, near our feet, okay. But what happens in the afternoon, what happens in the afternoon, the temperature rises, okay. What happens, the temperature rises. So what we are going to do in the afternoon, we are going to walk barefoot on the floor inside the house. See, children, when we are walking barefoot on the floor inside the house, are we going to receive heat? No, because the temperature inside the house, it is what, it is cold, okay. So we can walk properly, okay. We are not going to feel the temperature, right? What happens, we are not going to feel the heat inside the house. But once we walk outside, are you able to walk outside, children, in the afternoon, while you are not wearing your slippers and shoes, okay? Are you able to walk barefoot? No, we cannot. Why? Because the land is hot, children, okay. The land is what, the land is hot, okay. So it is what, it's not possible for us to walk barefoot, okay, outside the house in the afternoon, okay. Now what happens, see, children, we have seen from this, what we have understood, inside the house The floor was what? It was cold. But in the afternoon, the land was what? The land outside was, it was hot. Okay. It was receiving, its temperature has increased. Okay. Now what happens in case of water? Water will also, the water which is kept in the pot outside the house, it is going to slowly receive heat. Its temperature will also what? Its temperature will also starts increasing. Okay. The water which is kept outside the house, I'm talking about that. Inside it will be like same according to the room temperature. Okay. Now in the afternoon, sorry, in the afternoon we have studied. Now in the evening what will happen, children? In the evening, okay, same, you can walk barefoot in the house also, and the temperature of the water will be okay. See, again, I'm not saying that the water will be what, in the inside water temperature will also change, okay, according to the temperature. Okay, see children, see what I'm saying. Morning, afternoon, evening, okay, its temperature will be according to the temperature of the house. Okay. If we also experience warmness in the afternoon, so same what happen, we are going to experience such changes even if we are present, if even if we are inside the house. Okay. But outside the house we are going to observe drastic change, right? Now what happens, see children, in the evening what happens, again we are able to walk on the land. Yes, why? Because the temperature is what, it is now cooled. Okay, what happens, the temperature is what, the temperature is cooled in the evening. We can walk barefoot outside the house also. Yes, but the water, in case of water, what happens, the water still remains warm. Okay, it does not cools down all of a sudden. Slowly its temperature will reduce, its temperature will come, it will be lower. Slowly it will cool down its temperature slowly. Okay. But not like land. Okay, not like land, its temperature does not cools down, okay, quickly. Yeah. So what we have experienced in these, from these activity, that land actually, what happens, land actually, here what happens in this case, land actually cools down fast as compared to the water which is present in the present outside the house. Okay. Yeah. So see children, the land cools down earlier than the water. Yes, we have seen this. In the evening, we experience that the temperature, okay, the surface of the land, its temperature was, it was cooler as compared to the water we have seen. Okay, the land cools down earlier than the water. The water kept outside in the sun still a little warm. Okay. So due to this difference in the heating and cooling of land and water, the air over the land gets heated faster, and also becomes cooler rapidly. Okay. See children, what I was telling you, that due to this difference in the heating and cooling of land and water, okay, what we have seen, the air which is over the land gets heated faster and also becomes cooler rapidly. Okay. But in case of water, what happened, water gets heated slowly and also loses the heat in a slower manner. Okay children, what happened, the air over the water gets heated slowly and also loses the heat in a slower manner. So from this we have understood what, the land cools down quickly than the water. Okay children. Now moving ahead, we are going to study about the differences. We are going to experience the differences in the coastal areas, and the continental areas. What is the difference between in these two areas? Okay, what is the differences in the temperature experienced, about water vapor, humidity and all, we are going to study this. Okay. Now, coastal areas, what happens in this regions, children? The temperature of air is lower during the day but warmer at night. Okay, children. Now, see, coastal areas, we know very well its temperature and all. We have seen these regions, right? So, what happens in coastal regions? The temperature of air is lower during the day but it gets warmer at night. Why? Because water, okay, near the coastal areas, the seas or oceans, what happens here is, it actually, the coastal areas, what happens, the water in near that region, it slowly receives heat. Okay, it slowly what happens, slowly it gets heated. Okay, whereas what happens during the night time, what happens, the water, okay, what the water near that, the sea or ocean, what happens in that case, the seas or ocean, the water during the evening time, it is still warm. So because of that, what happens, we experience the temperature during the night as warmer. Okay. Now see, children, continental areas, what happens in case of continental areas? See, here the temperature of air in the continental areas is higher during daytime and lower at night. Okay, see, children, continental areas. Now we know very well continental areas are what? Okay, yes, here. See, continents are what? They are what? They are the large continuous masses of land which are separated by the expanse of water. Okay, they are what? They are the regions where they are separated from the water. Okay, they are separated from the water region. Okay, they are what? They are the continuous masses of land. So these continental areas, what happens? The temperature of air in these regions, it is higher during the daytime. Okay, and it gets lower at the night. Okay, so see, if you have visited regions such as Vidarbha region or Nagpur, okay, Nagpur or Akola and okay, these regions, Amravati and all. Okay, so if you have went in these regions, you must have seen that the temperature during the daytime is what, it is higher, but during the night it gets what, it gets cooler. Okay, the temperature in the night time is what, it is cooler, okay, as compared to the daytime. But in case of coastal areas, what we have seen right now, children, the during the daytime the temperature is what, the air in that region is lower, the temperature of air is lower during the daytime, but it gets warmer at night. Why? Because the water it takes time to cool down. Okay, it slowly this process actually takes place very slowly. Okay, so now next point in coastal areas, because of the heating of sea water, water vapor gets mixed in the air. Okay, see, because of the heating of sea water, as the sea water gets heated, water vapor which is present over there, what happens? It gets mixed in the air. Okay, and whereas in case of continental areas, what is happening? As water vapor is absent in that region, okay, water vapor is absent in that region, the air remains dry in that region. Okay, children, what happens? The air remains dry in that region. Now here in coastal areas, as the water starts as the heat as what happens, the heating of water, seawater takes place, water vapor gets mixed in the air, this water vapor holds the heat in the air. Okay, the moisture holding capacity, okay, we have studied about it. So this water vapor holds the heat in the air. Okay, and because of this, what happens, the air in the coastal areas remains moist and warm. Okay, there is humidity in that region. Okay, why it is humid, why we experience moist and warm air in that region? Okay, because here the water vapor holds the heat in the air, and the air in the coastal areas remains moist and warm. Whereas in continental areas, what happens, children? As there is absence of water vapor, the air remains dry, and this leads to sharp differences in the day and night temperatures. See, children, what happens in such regions in the continental areas? See, during the daytime the temperature is extremely high. Okay, the temperature is higher than the and it is lower during the night time. Okay, and because of this, what happens now? See, we observe what? We observe sharp differences in the daytime and night time. Okay, we experience suddenly in the night we feel cooler. Okay, but during the daytime the temperature is extreme. Okay, now, the differences in the maximum and minimum temperatures of a day is called diurnal range of temperature. Children, diurnal means what? We are considering one day. See, the differences in the maximum and minimum temperatures of a day. Of a day means we are considering only one day. So, that is called as what? Diurnal range of temperature. Okay. In short, the differences in the day and night temperatures is less in the coastal areas and more in the continental areas. See what they are telling us here. What is written? The difference in the day and night temperatures is less in the coastal areas. We do not experience the difference in the temperatures during day and night in the coastal areas. Okay, the difference is less as compared to the continental areas. Coastal areas have an equal climate. See what is happening because of this. What happens? Coastal areas have an equable climate. Equable climate means what? Where they experience same climatic condition throughout the day and night. Okay, but whereas in continental areas, what happens? The climate is extreme. Okay, there what happens? See, when we are discussing about like a place called Nagpur. Okay, what happens over there? The during summer the temperature is extreme. During winter again the temperature is extreme. Means during the what happens during the summer season the temperature actually goes up to 47 and 48 degrees Celsius. Okay, whereas in the winter season it goes up to 5 degree to 7 degree. Okay, so there is extreme cold also and there is extreme heat also. Okay, there is extreme hotness also in both the seasons. Okay, so the climate of Mumbai is equable. Now when we consider the climate of Mumbai, because it is a coastal area, right? So the climate of Mumbai is equable. See, children, throughout the year we experience same climatic condition. We experience the humidity and hotness throughout the year. But in case of continental locations such as Nagpur and what, we experience what? We experience extreme climate. Okay, we observe the sudden climatic changes in that regions. Okay, so the differences in the mean temperatures of summer and winter is called annular range of temperature. See, children, the difference in the mean temperature of summer and winter, when we are considering the difference in the mean temperatures of what? Summer and winter season, that is called as what? Annual range of temperature. When we are considering a single day, difference in the maximum and minimum temperatures of a day, okay, that is called as what? Diurnal range of temperature. Okay, whereas when we are considering the difference in the mean temperatures of summer and winter, that is called as what? Annual range of temperature. Okay, children, now see here moving ahead. Okay, now moving ahead, see, in the coastal areas, such as, see, in the coastal region such as Konkan, the range of temperature is less. Okay, the range of temperature is what? In Konkan region. Okay, many of you belong to Konkan, right? I have seen. Okay, So see what happens, the people living in that region, they experience what the range of temperature in that region is, temperature is less, but in Vidarbha the range of temperature is found to be higher. Okay, so what happens, the coastal areas have an equable climate, whereas in the continental areas the climate is extreme, like I told you. Now children, moving ahead, we are going to see a small experiment. Okay, another small experiment. For this, what we are going to do, we are going to keep a pot with water on a burner, on a gas, we are going to keep it. Okay, and in that we are going to put water, and also we are going to put 4 to 5 plastic buttons in it. Okay, what we are going to do, we are going to put 4 to 5 small plastic buttons in it. Okay, and then we are going to observe the movement of water as the water receives heat, as its temperature increases, what will be its movement, we are going to study. So now see children, here in this picture we know very well this region, before keeping the water on the burner, the temperature of water was normal according to the normal room temperature. Okay, but once you start keeping it on the burner, slowly it is going to receive heat. Okay, so the first region which is going to receive heat, it will be this lower portion, right? This will be its lower portion. The lower portion is first going to receive heat, and slowly the transfer of heat is going to take place, right? And this upper portion is what it is going to, it will be cold as its temperature will be cold as compared to this lower portion, right children? Now see here what happens, water expands on heating. Okay children, when we actually, when we start heating water, it expands. Okay, it expands, the hot water from the base moves upwards. See children, the hot water which is present in this base, it will move upward, and the buttons which are placed in that region, they will also move upward. Okay, they are going to move what, they are going to move upward. Whereas this upper portion which was having, with which the temperature of water, it was cooler, right? So what will happen, this will move downward. Okay, because here this water is coming upward, the downward, this part is what is happening, the hot water from the base, as it is moving upward, this here, this upward water will move downward. Okay, it will move what, it will move downward. And this process is actually going to take place continuously. This moving of water upward and in the downward direction, it is going to take place continuously. Okay, so water, what happens, water expands on heating, the hot water from the base moves upwards, with it the buttons too are pushed to the surface. The relatively cooler water in the upper portions moves downwards and take the buttons with it. Like I told you children, the upper portion moves downwards, and with it the buttons will also move downward, and again it will move upward, and again it will move downward. So this happens repeatedly. So in other words, on heating, an upward current sets in the water. What happens, an upward current, see children, an upward current sets in the water. But what happens children, this was case of water, but in nature, okay, in nature the conditions are slightly different. Okay, something slightly different occurs in case of nature. What happens, we will see. Due to the temperature differences, both upward and horizontal currents develop in the ocean. See children, in case of ocean, both upward and horizontal currents are developed in the ocean. Okay, due to the temperature differences. Clear? So besides temperature differences, factors like winds and differences in the density of water also give rise to the formation of horizontal currents. We know very well how winds are formed children. Winds are formed from a region of higher pressure to a region of lower pressure, and they are what, when the air moves, okay, in the horizontal manner. Yes, that is why when factors such as winds and differences in the density of water, it gives rise to the formation of horizontal currents. So we have seen right now in this activity we have seen only upward current was generated, but in case of oceans and all, upward as well as horizontal currents are formed, okay, in the ocean and in sea water. Okay, these ocean currents flow from the equator to the polar region, and from the polar region to the equator. So now see, from the equator, these ocean currents, they flow from the equator to the polar region. Okay, from the equator it moves to the polar region, to the south pole and north pole, and again from the polar region it moves towards the equator. So children, today we are going to learn up to this. In the next session we are going to cover the rest part, that is thermometer. Okay, yeah.